Welcome back, everybody. Aga Swiecki here from SKG. And today we're going to talk about giving feedback, effective feedback or healthy feedback. We're going to also do one video on receiving feedback, which goes very much hand in hand with our last video about two sides of the same story. Both are just as important, right? So if we're good at something, but we're not received well on the other side, the experience is not going to be, it's not going to feel good for either party. So on giving feedback. So this is whether it's in your personal life or if it's in your professional life, which in my opinion is even tougher, right? Because those are people you don't know as well as, let's say, your own family. The truth is, it is, for most of us, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, it's a little foreign for both parties. And we kind of drag it, and we don't want to do it until we really, really have to. And the reason for it is that we're not taught how to do it, right? It's not taught as a regular aspect of communicating with people. And there's a lot of association around it. So we're anticipating criticism, we're anticipating judgment, we're anticipating that it's going to be tense and uncomfortable. So when we do that, both parties get nervous and both parties get defensive, or one party gets defensive, or maybe they get disengaged, or somebody might get self-conscious, right? There's all these uncomfortable aspects of something that is actually really, really needed. Because think about this, whether it's in your professional life or it's a skill, let's say like a hobby, playing a piano, right? You will grow and expand and go to the next level way faster if you have a mentor or coach behind you giving you constructive feedback, right? You're going to grow way faster than people that don't. So it is this incredible tool that we kind of want, but we don't want to give it, and we don't want to feel everything that comes with giving and receiving it. So that's what we're going to talk about. But first, the starting point, the big starting point of before you give someone feedback, let's say you're a leader and you're giving feedback to your team on a regular basis, preferably, the starting point would be to ask three very, very important questions, or at least that's how it's normally taught. And that is it true? Is it sincere? And is it fair? Number two is it helpful? And then number three, is it necessary? So this, and I just want to say that before I jump into other things, it is a practice. It's not, some people might be born with it, but for most of us, it's a practice. So just keep that in mind, that maybe this is a check-in with yourself before you do give that feedback. Is it true? Is it sincere? Is it fair? Is it helpful? And is it necessary? That's your starting point. That sets the intention for the whole exchange and the conversation with the other person. So there are certain things that effective communicators or effective feedback givers do better than other people that don't do it so well, right? And therefore, they have incredible results, not only in their leadership, but probably in their personal life as well. So what is it that they do? Number one, effective feedback givers can disassociate from themselves and focus on the other person, right? So I'm not here to just simply unload all my frustrations on you, but my intent is to make you better because I'm giving you feedback, make this situation, maybe it's a project, maybe it's a company, whatever it may be. I'm here to make this better. So it's not about me, it's about you or the situation. So the focus is on the other person, which also comes with they care, right? They focus on me, therefore they care, and I can feel it. So the second one is they evaluate the performance of the person, not the person itself. So suddenly your language changes and how you speak to the person changes. You are going to be directing your feedback towards a specific situation or specific performance item, not Aga, let's say. Objectivity, that's a tough one, right? Because you really do have to get out of your head and get out of the focusing on, because sometimes you might be triggered emotionally. You might be upset about something, but if you're giving feedback, you have to make sure that you step out of it, take yourself out of it and come to that place of neutrality then give feedback. Then you'll know that it's really, really objective. The next one is the feedback needs to be applicable and timely. So it's tailored to the specific situation or specific performance. And then it's also timely, meaning it happened yesterday. So it's good to give it when these things happen so that both parties can feel good about it, versus I don't like giving feedback, so I'm going to procrastinate a month or 2 or 3. And 6 months from now, maybe 2 or 3 things will pile up on top of that first one. And the person is going to receive all the fire. Not fair to you, not fair to the other person, right? And even more uncomfortable than the first time around. So yes, it is a practice because it's going to feel a little awkward at the beginning. And which, by the way, another really, really cool trick, very human, very authentic, very real, is to actually say, hey, I am coming to you with really helpful feedback, and I'm really nervous to actually share it because I really want to make sure that you receive me well. So I want to hear from you as well. Frame it properly. Tell them how you feel about it, because no one really is comfortable with giving and receiving feedback. There's maybe handful of people that are so natural at it and they don't stress out about it. The next one is use positive reinforcement. So tell the person to start off what you appreciate about them or that situation, that project, and what they did well before you jump into feedback. And we're going to talk about language in another video. We talked about immediate feedback, right? So as soon as possible. Don't wait for things to collect more emotion, more situations, and also that allows you to fix something so that more situations like this won't happen. So you're actually helping this person, right, that you're giving feedback to, do a great job, and you're shaping the future. And then finally, the most important one, allow them time and space to respond. So yes, you gave them feedback. Now you want to hear from them, and now you're in that other side, other position where you are going to be hearing how they feel. It might be comfortable, it might be not, but allow them time and space, non-judgment and neutrality to also express themselves. Maybe they will be a lot more open and authentic and neutral if you are. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.